Hello everyone, my name is Nimish and I'm going to be talking to you about the programming language Scala. We'll start by introducing the language, then we'll talk about what makes it so awesome, and we'll compare it to some other similar languages. Now Scala is a conjunction of the words scalable and language, and that accurately sums up how it works. It's a general purpose programming language that provides support for both functional and object-oriented programming techniques. So the mix of these two allows for programs to take advantage of both aspects and to write powerful yet flexible code. Scala was created to solve some of the problems presented with the Java language, and some common uses today are in data science and web programming. So why is Scala so important? Well, Scala is essential to engineers and programmers for several reasons. Before languages like Scala, a programmer would have to choose between purely object-oriented programming languages like Java, or purely functional languages like Haskell. Scala actually provides the best of both worlds and allows for object-oriented and functional programming techniques to mix into one. And as the language is statically typed, it eliminates unexpected type-related errors while feeling dynamic in its performance. It feels like you're writing Python code, but it has the security of C++. Now the language itself is also clean and very expressive in its syntax, so we can essentially eliminate all of that unnecessary and cumbersome boilerplate code found in languages like Java. Now Scala is extremely useful to learn for more reasons than just what we went over. For starters, programmers wishing to incorporate Scala into Java programs can do so with ease. Scala is compiled on the JVM, Java Virtual Machine, and so can be incorporated right into your Java programs. That means you're not going to have to rewrite all of that old code. The language itself is highly scalable, as the name would imply, and as the Scala community, and therefore the number of frameworks available, is growing rapidly. Now, some commonly used Scala frameworks are the Play framework, Scalatra, Lift, and Agave. Some similar languages, or those kind of used alongside Scala, would be Java, Haskell, Python, and Clojure. Java, I'm sure we've all heard of, is a prominent object-oriented language that's been around for a long time. However, it's pretty verbose, and it's kind of slow and heavy to use. Haskell's a functional programming language, which is easy enough to use, but it's slower than Scala, and actually doesn't allow for us to incorporate object-oriented techniques. Python and Clojure are general purpose as well, but these are dynamically typed, which makes them highly flexible, but also slower and much less safe to use than Scala. Now, just some tips and tricks with Scala include easily creating custom types similar to primitive types, the easy use of enumerations, and passing around functions as values. This makes the language very powerful. Now, creating custom primitive types and the use of enumerations allows for programmers to restrict what kinds of values these types can have, and also to prevent mixing up of similar values, while taking advantage of inheritance. Now the ability to pass around functions as values is huge. This basically takes advantage of concepts similar to closures that allow for powerful functionality such as sorting, finding, and mapping, along with easy syntax. And if by now you're not convinced, here are some common myths about Scala that have been debunked. So first, Scala's optional types do not help to eliminate null values. That is of course a myth, as Scala's optional types help make our language much safer, and if we use them properly, we can eliminate null values altogether. Another myth is that Scala is a simple programming language. Again, not true. Scala is as complex and flexible as you want it to be. And another myth that arises very often is that Scala is very difficult to program in. Once again, this is just not true. Scala can do some very complex things, but through the use of DSLs and easy to understand syntax, programmers don't actually need to extend other languages and can implement this complex functionality with ease. So by now I hope I've convinced you to learn more about Scala. It's a flexible language that allows developers to build powerful applications while having fun writing the code itself. I really look forward to seeing where future advances will take Scala, how the language will evolve, and of course all of the programs that you guys will end up building with this awesome language. So, thanks for watching.